From the land of guidance and the cradle of the message and the Qibla of Muslims, Ikram Al-Dayf Tourism Company, a leading company in the field of Hajj, providing distinguished services to the guests of the house of God. The story of Ikram Al-Dayf. Out of keenness to provide the finest services in the Hajj sector, through a number of fields in basic and additional services, and providing them with high professionalism and superior quality, Ikram Al-Dayf presented it this year, 1445, to 11 countries from around the world, as the number of pilgrims in Ikram Al-Dayf Company this year exceeded 215,000 pilgrims. According to high preparations and a large number of meetings, to provide services in a distinctive and unique way in an effort to comfort the guests of God. The journey begins from reception, where Ikram Al-Dayf prepares its crew to receive pilgrims and guests of God upon their arrival to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia through air and land ports, and to celebrate them with flowers and gifts upon their arrival. Makkah Services. Ikram Al-Dayf is keen to prepare and follow up on accommodation and meet the needs of pilgrims first and foremost, as the number of hotels for pilgrims of Ikram Al-Dayf Company exceeded 555 hotels. Food and catering. Ikram Al-Dayf also provides daily meals to the guests of God according to the most important food safety standards and diligent follow-up of the daily distribution times for all meals through a number of highly qualified catering contractors in providing meals. As the total number of meals provided to pilgrims exceeded 2,800,000 meals. Tawaf. In response to the pilgrim's longing upon his arrival and performing the ritual of Tawaf al-Qudum in the Grand Mosque with all spirituality in front of the Holy Kaaba, with their eyes shedding tears and their tongues insisting on supplication, Ikram Al-Dayf prepared this year grouping plans to perform Tawaf al-Qudum for all pilgrims and follow up on the grouping according to an integrated work system that contributed to reducing congestion in joint cooperation with the concerned authorities. Transportation. To provide an easy transportation service for the guests of God, Ikram Al-Dayf participated in many of the hypotheses organized by the Ministry of Hajj in cooperation with the relevant authorities, and provided a fleet of buses to transport pilgrims to the holy sites to perform their rituals with ease and peace of mind. The number of buses this year reached more than 2,779 buses in accordance with the application of the conditions of the security authorities and the activation of the passenger order, which had a clear impact in facilitating and transporting all pilgrims in record time and with complete ease, housing the holy sites. To provide the utmost comfort and preparations to receive the pilgrims, inspection tours continued, and work progress was monitored on the ground in the holy sites, and the latest preparations and readiness of the sites to receive the guests of God were monitored. In order to ensure that the pilgrims of the house of God perform their rituals with ease and comfort, Ikram Al-Dayf was fully prepared in its sites in the holy sites to receive the pilgrims and perform their rituals, while providing all comfort services in the camps, as well as medical clinics to provide health services to the guests of God and all meals. Groups for throwing the pebbles. Ikram Al-Dayf also implemented, in cooperation with the relevant authorities, a mechanism for grouping pilgrims to throw the pebbles during the 3 days at specific times with ease and comfort. After the pilgrims complete their rituals, they head to the Grand Mosque to perform the farewell circumambulation with ease, reassurance, comfort, and convenience, according to a grouping with facilitated plans that contribute to achieving the highest standards of comfort. Then head to the city of the Messenger of Allah, the good and pure, and long with them to visit the Prophet's mosque, the noble garden, and the grave of the Messenger of Allah, for some pilgrims to find the services of Medina, where Ikram al-Dayf provides its services in Medina to the pilgrims of the house of Allah, including receiving and preparing places of residence and accommodation, providing meals, transportation, and delegation to and visiting the Prophet's mosque, performing prayers, visiting the noble garden, and visiting the Messenger. May Allah bless him and grant him peace. Enriching the experience. In line with the vision of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia 2030, through the Guests of God Service program, Ikram al-Dayf organized a number of tours and visits to religious sites, heritage, and tourist sites for the guests of God, including a number of religious, historical, and archaeological sites and museums in Mecca, Al-Madinah, At-Ta'if, and Jeddah, in order to shed light on Saudi culture, Islamic heritage, and tourist sites, as Ikram al-Dayf presented a new model in enriching the experience of the guests of God. Farewell. At the end of the journey, after God has blessed the pilgrims with the ability to perform their rituals with ease and peace of mind, and has blessed us with serving His guests and providing them with services with pride and honor, Ikram al-Dayf bids farewell to its pilgrims with love, warmth, and appreciation, leaving behind an unforgettable memory. And as they were welcomed with flowers and gifts, we also bid them farewell with souvenirs. Ikram al-Dayf has won many awards and honors.